Have you ever stopped to wonder about the fundamental nature of our universe? Is it some kind of perfect, predictable machine just ticking along? Or is it more of a chaotic, ever-growing, living thing? Today, we're going to dive into some ideas from vector cosmology and explore a single powerful principle that might just be the answer to, well, everything.
So let's just start right there with the big one. Is the universe basically a giant clock, flawlessly ticking away with mechanical precision, or is it more like a tangled vine just growing wild and unpredictably? It really feels like it can't be both, but what if it could be?
And that question, it leads us straight into this fundamental cosmic tension. It's like a battle between two of the most basic shapes we use to describe our world, the circle versus the spiral.
So on one hand, you've got the circle. This represents the universe's body. It's a perfect, static, closed system, and its guiding star is the constant pi. Everything is conserved, nothing is lost. And then, on the other hand, you've got the spiral. This is the universe's mind. It's dynamic, it's open, it's all about growth, governed by phi, the golden ratio. It's evolution. It's really order versus freedom, right?
You see, a circle or a spiral, they can tell us what the universe looks like, or maybe even where it's going. But to truly bring these two ideas together, we need something deeper. We need a third key, something that gets at the biggest question of all. Why does the universe even exist in the first place?
So what is this third key?
Well, let's call it the natural generator. And it's a constant you probably ran into back in math class, but trust me, in this context, it represents something way more profound. Think of it as the spirit of the universe.
So, say hello to the natural constant, E. What's so special about it? Well, it's got this one almost magical property. Its rate of change is always equal to its current size. Imagine a plant where the bigger it gets, the faster it grows. And because it's growing faster, it gets even bigger, which makes it grow even faster. It's this incredible self-fueling feedback loop. That right there is the essence of E.
And the consequence of that is just huge. It means that in a universe that runs on E, an object's current state, just the fact that it is also its path forward. It doesn't need a push from the outside to get going. Its very existence is its own momentum.
The source material just nails it with this quote, "Existence itself is a form of propulsion." Think about that for a second. That is a total game changer. For centuries, we've had this idea of a first mover, right? Some outside force that had to kickstart the whole thing. But in a universe running on E, you don't need it. The universe doesn't need a kick. Just by being, it has to move. Okay, so how does this one number, this self-propelling constant, solve that huge problem we started with, the perfect circle versus the chaotic spiral? Well, it all comes together in what a lot of people call the most beautiful, most profound equation in all of mathematics. Sometimes they even call it the God formula.
And there it is, Euler's identity. Just take a second to look at that. You've got 5 of the most important, most fundamental numbers in all of mathematics, all tied together in this one simple, perfect statement. That's not a coincidence. That's a math. And that's exactly what we're looking at here. These aren't just abstract symbols on a page. This is a physical map of that trinity we've been talking about. We're about to see how each piece of this puzzle represents a fundamental part of reality, the body, the mind, and yeah, the spirit.
All right, let's unpack this thing. It's incredible. First, you've got pi. That's the form, right? The perfect circular geometry of space itself. Then you've got the imaginary number, I. Think of that as the function. It's the engine of pure rotation, just turning on the spot. And then there's E, our main character, the essence, the natural generator of growth and evolution. So what does the formula say? It says that all of existence, the number 1, is put through this process. And the result is a perfect balance, 0, the void. You've got form, function, and essence all working together in one beautiful cosmic operation.
So, what's the big takeaway here? What does this all mean? It means the universe's most fundamental motion isn't just moving in a straight line from A to B. It's exponential rotation. And inside that one powerful idea, our natural generator, E, has room for both. It can create the perfect, predictable circle of conservation and the wild, ever-expanding spiral of evolution. It's the principle that unifies everything. And this is where it gets really mind-bending. Because if the universe is truly powered by E, the implications for how we as humans actually experience reality, well, they're just staggering. So you might be thinking, if the universe is this constant exponential explosion of complexity, why doesn't it feel that way? Why aren't we just completely overwhelmed? Well, check this out. Cosmic reality, the engine of the universe, runs on E. It's always expanding complexity. But our perception, our senses, they run on the exact opposite, the natural logarithm. It's basically a cosmic volume knob. The universe is putting out this incredible, deafening roar of complexity, and our brains are designed to turn it way, way down.
And this isn't just some abstract theory, you know? This is a real thing in psychology. It's called the Weber-Fechner law. It explains why one candle in a pitch-black room feels unbelievably bright, but if you add that same candle to a room that's already full of light, you barely even notice. Our senses are literally built to compress that exponential roar of reality into a linear whisper that we can actually handle.
So what does this all add up to? It's a perfect, self-referential loop. Think about it. Step 1. The universe's current state defines its own evolution. Step 2. That evolution creates the next state. And step 3, that new state, well, it turns right around and defines the next moment of evolution. It just keeps going. Cause and effect, being and doing, they're not separate things. They're locked together in this eternal dance.
And so we come to the final formula, the ultimate, symbolic distillation of this entire cosmology. What this suggests is that the entire manifested universe, everything we can see and touch, everything we are, is the result of the natural constant E being raised to the power of the Tao, which you can think of as the unmanifested, silent potential that everything springs from. So that leaves us with one last, really profound question to chew on. If the universe is its own explanation, if it contains its own cause, its own logic, its own reason for being, then what is the answer it's giving us? Maybe, just maybe, the answer isn't a statement at all. Maybe the answer is the question.